My husband came from Budapest and he always wanted his own business because his family had all been wholesale or retail butchers in Hungary. And he'd fled from Hungary after the revolution in 1956 and hoped to be able to start a business here. The year after we were married, we found a shop at Wadsley Bridge and started the business there together. And it was a very run-down shop. We didn't realise actually how run-down it was. The people before us had a very big order for raw meat, but the customer cancelled it the first day that we opened. So of course it worried my husband a lot. So he set a van up and he went round the estate. There was only a shelf and scales, and he went knocking on the doors and he managed to build a roundup to sell. He went out twice a week and I used to go and deliver orders on the Saturday. We were just so enthusiastic because we had no money. It was very exciting. We just enjoyed it very much because from nothing, everything just built up from it. My husband was so good at the taste, to make everything so tasty, and we built a very good reputation there for these fresh pork sandwiches, which we roasted freshly every morning. We were there for 10 years until the shop was pulled down for road widening. Fortunately, we found the shop quite nearby at the bottom of Wadsley Lane. I suppose looking back, I did work very hard, but I realise now just how hard Alex worked, because he was up from 5 o'clock baking, and then after he'd done that he'd be in the shop selling, and then he didn't close till 5 o'clock, and then of course he used to do all the bookkeeping. Of course I started having the children then, which of course adds more complications when little children come along. As Richard developed, he started coming down from being 13-year-old. He always came down every Saturday, he always worked all the holidays. And even eventually when he went to a baking college, he always used to come home every weekend and the holidays. So he showed a great interest in it, and he knew that he wanted eventually to come into the business. And he learnt everything under his father.
We were always very busy, and it was very exciting to go into the shop with my dad and listen to him talk to customers. And he always had a very good rapport with customers, and he always wanted the best, and he always made things very nice for everybody, and always made sure no customers left disappointed.
Helen and Catherine, they wanted to go to university, and that's what they aimed for and studied for. Both of them, Helen first of all, after she qualified, asked to come into the shop. And then a few years later, Catherine did the same after she qualified, and that was good. And Richard was more than happy to have them in, because it's always good to have your family working together. They've got 5 shops, and they're managing to produce all this bakery and all this from very small amount of space. And Richard said, we can't possibly keep producing all this from here. So we started looking for a factory. And luckily Richard was driving down Harris Road, and Alex had looked round there and not seen anywhere, but there was a tree obscured the for sale sign, and Richard saw it. And he went in and we got that. And when we bought it, the surveyor that came, I think he thought we wouldn't possibly be able to renovate it and turn it into a factory. But of course, Alex was very good at this, and Richard was, and between them both, they planned it all. Everything that's working in there, they planned it, and it's turned out to be an extremely good factory. I'm very proud, and Alex would be extremely proud now, because it all does seem to have consolidated. They've improved all, made all the shops the same, and it just, people notice it so much now. They really do know the name.
The thing that makes our sandwiches different to a lot of the others is the dip that we use, which is the juices from roasting the meat, which we dip the bread cakes in. So rather than having a dry bread cake or butter or something like that, it's like having gravy, so it's like having a roast dinner all in one. And that's what makes them so tasty, and that's what Dad did from day one and produced that method. When we didn't used to do applesauce back in 1961, that was quite a new thing. That's a healthy addition we added to the pork sandwich.
I'm visiting family, but whenever I come over, I always come and make sure I get a pork sandwich before I go back. We stopped in and had a pork sandwich. It was the best one we ever had, so we keep coming back.
We've come from miles for dripping. We've sent dripping to Cyprus last week.
Yeah. We've got two ladies that come in who originally came into the first shop that was ever opened, and they're still our loyal customers now. And they said they can't believe that it's still going 50 years strong and everything's still as nice as it was, because it's never changed. You still had the good produce and everything, so that's why they keep coming back.
Well, they're good value, aren't they?
Good value, yeah, by all means. And they're very flavourable.
And the sandwiches, well, you can't say anymore. Everybody knows the Beres.
We've just been for a custard. Their custards are good as well.
We've been very fortunate with staff, and we've got quite a few people that have been with us a long time. People often say what nice staff we have in the shop, and we're very proud of them.
It's 50 years, it's a big landmark in the business, and it's you know, something that we're very proud of, that the name has kept going even in these, you know, these times. We always seem to keep busy. So that must mean that people in Sheffield are enjoying coming back for the same products that we've always served, and the quality's always stayed the same from when my dad started. So, you know, now he's not here, that's a nice thing to keep going on, and, you know, hopefully everyone's still happy with what we're doing, and they're going to keep coming back for another 50 years.
As a friend often pointed out, the quality has remained the same. That, you know, he started off and it was excellent, but it's never gone down at all. The quality of everything and the taste is just the same, and that is a big achievement.